So our topic for the next few times Linda and I speak is healing.
Yes, it is. We feel like we need it. We want to talk about it because we know talking about it actually brings it closer to us, and we can explore it together.
And as we're often do, we went to the dictionary to see what the dictionary had to say about this word healing, one that, of course, is very familiar to all of us, I suspect. And as the dictionary defined it, the process of making or becoming sound or healthy again, to correct or put right an undesirable situation, to alleviate a person's distress or anguish.
Right. So that's what we're going to bounce off of today, are those definitions. And also the tenant idea or narrative that this healing is within you, that there's a way that with the types of healing from reflective meditation, if indeed you have felt that you've gotten some healing from reflective meditation, it's mostly putting us back inward, inside, shutting down the external stimulation and staying with what's going on in our practice.
And, this idea that the healing is within you, and that's, the body mind is, so to speak, wired to heal itself. That's a view. And in reflective meditation, though, our view, like Linda was saying, is close to that. That to just go inward and sort of stay out of your own way, not push yourself around to heal too fast or in this or that particular way, that there's some kind of mysterious, feels almost mysterious, healing that happens.
Right. And we want to support that for ourselves and for others. So part of the practice is that when we talk about our meditative process, we're not trying to lay our own trip on your practice, or as much as we can. We're trying to, restrain our views or our, ideas about what should happen, and really trying to listen to what is happening and validating anything that might be healing or that you think is healing.
And that reminds me, Linda, of when we wrote up qualities. I believe we called it for teachers of meditative process, meditative reflective meditation. Excuse me, can't remember what I'm teaching here. One of the tenets was just that, and we called it generosity. We called this process of staying out of people's way and not laying our views upon them or our processes that have worked upon them, with an act of generosity.
Right, right. Which is really, I mean, that's what we talk about in Dharma teachings. And it was surprising to me how much healing is talked about in Dharma in the way of a refuge or a balm or generosity. But we also looked at kindness and curiosity as forms of healing. And that's what we even wrote about in our book. And it's become a let's say, more obvious how kindness and curiosity goes towards a healing process. It helps it flourish.
And by the way, I'm sure you probably picked this up, but just to be perfectly clear, when Linda used the word bomb, we spell that BALM,
Gosh.
because the other bomb is not healing.
Well, and it's in our consciousness right now, right? So
Exactly.
that's the
Right,
exact thing,
exactly.
really. That's, yeah.
So I needed to clarify the spelling.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
um, so, I mean, it's interesting that, I mean, I'm interested in it, that view we're putting out, that actually by just being with your inner process, body, mind, whatever it's going through, that there's a healing that starts to happen. It's a happening. And as Linda already spoke about, when we speak to you in the conversations afterwards, we are trained and we do our best to stay out of your way, to not lay our views upon you, and to not tell you what meditation you should do this guided meditation, do that, whatever healing process, think of it this way. We don't do that, and that's different than other approaches to meditation, and people may miss it too. They may miss that, but we just trust something else.
Well, that's the key word, Nelly, I think, is that we trust something else. We trust there is, after the training and doing this many years, is that I do start to trust that people have their own process and their own way, and that it goes much better if I don't put my way on that. So it's something we've
Right,
learned.
and you brought up an important point, Linda. Trust is not, it's not blind trust, as they say. It's a trust that comes from watching our own process and watching countless other people's process and seeing that there is this healing force. Now, for other people, that might be a leap. It might be blind trust at this point. So we say, actually, that's why it takes a while for people to get what we're doing here, and that it is healing. It does take a while for that to happen for many people. Not all people. Some people, it's like, wow. But for many people, this takes a while.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this morning we wanted to actually go into a free-form writing for the last few minutes of our Dharma talk, because that's also been another form of healing, as writing has been a part of our practice and part of the meditative, reflective meditation process. So we thought we would do just about 4 minutes, 3, 4, 5 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, we can go a little over. I think
Okay.
I think that's fine.
Okay. And that this is the prompt that we'll give, is healing is so individualized. Has reflective meditation been healing for you? If so, how? Can you describe it?
Or, of course, with freeform writing, it's free. So if something else seems to be what's happening in your writing, you just go with that. Just let it rip. Write what comes. Don't edit.
Right.
Try not to get in the way of your own process.
Exactly. And then we'll ring the bell at the end of that, and then we'll go right into the meditation sitting, and we'll sit for 30 minutes as usual, and then have time to reflect on the freeform writing and your meditation afterwards.
So this is a good time to stop the recording. And would you like me to ring the bell, Linda?
That'd be lovely, Nelly. Thank you.
Okay, I will do it.